I don't know about you, but I've had those days where you look at the clock, realize it's somehow 5:37 p.m., and wonder if you were abducted by aliens for the past 8 hours. The day's just gone. Your coffee went cold before you even took the second sip, emails multiplied like rabbits, and your brain feels like a browser with 147 tabs open. None of them playing music, yet one of them definitely is. That's where Pedram Shojai, a former monk turned doctor turned self-proclaimed urban monk, strolls into your life like a man who has just discovered the universe's pause button. In the art of stopping time, he isn't selling some mystical time machine or a productivity app. Instead, he's whispering something radical in our ear. You're not actually short on time. You're short on presence. Shojai's book isn't really about time management, that dusty phrase that sounds like you're trying to lasso a wild horse. It's about shifting your relationship with time entirely. The premise is deliciously simple. You already have enough time, you just keep letting it leak away through stress, distraction, and the endless itch to be somewhere else. The monk who ditched the monastery. Before we dive into the meat of Shojai's ideas, it's worth picturing the man himself. He didn't grow up meditating in a misty mountain monastery. He lived a busy modern life, with bills, deadlines, and that uniquely Western flavor of constant low-grade anxiety. But at one point he decided to step away to study the art of living deeply in every moment. This isn't a guy who preaches from a cave. He's the rare teacher who can spend the morning explaining ancient Taoist breathing techniques and the afternoon navigating Costco. His point is clear. You don't have to move to Tibet to reclaim your time. You can do it right here, right now, even with Slack notifications pinging. Time isn't something you have, it's something you feel. One of Shojai's first punches to the gut is this: time is subjective. You felt it? A boring meeting feels like it lasts a geological epoch. A great dinner with friends vanishes in a blink. Same 60 minutes, completely different experience. This means, and here's the magic, that you can stretch time not by adding more hours to the day, spoiler, you can't, but by fully inhabiting the hours you already have. Shojai offers small, almost mischievous time hacks to help with this. Pause between tasks. Literally stop, breathe, and acknowledge you've just finished one thing before you jump into the next. Micro-meditations. 60 seconds of awareness before answering the phone, walking into a meeting, or sending an email. Attention sprints. Give one task your entire attention for a set time, as if your life depended on it. These aren't big, scary commitments. They're tiny acts of rebellion against the modern rush. The art of saying no without feeling like a jerk. If the art of stopping time has a secret villain, it's the word yes. Shojai argues that we hemorrhage time by saying yes to things we don't want to do, out of guilt, obligation, or the quiet hope that people will like us more if we're always available. He suggests we become time bodyguards, fiercely protecting our hours from energy vampires, pointless meetings, and those projects that sounded fun, in theory, but feel like wading through molasses in reality. Here's where his humor kicks in. He's not advocating for you to become some monkish hermit, glaring at anyone who dares to interrupt you. But he does want you to filter your commitments with a ruthless question. Does this align with the life I actually want? Shojai's time cleanse. The heart of the book is what Shojai calls a time cleanse. A short, intentional period where you track how you spend every hour, then start stripping away the waste. It's like decluttering your closet, but instead of old sweaters, you're tossing out habits, tasks, and people who no longer fit your life. The cleanse isn't about living in a constant state of high efficiency. Shojai's not a productivity bro. It's about creating space, literal breathing space, for the moments you actually care about. When you finish the cleanse, you don't just have more open hours, you have more alive hours. You start noticing things again, the way sunlight hits the kitchen counter, the sound of your kid laughing in the other room, the taste of that coffee you used to drink like it was medicine. Humor in the serious work. What I appreciate about Shojai is that he's not humorless about all this. He knows we live in the real world, where even the most zen intentions can be derailed by traffic jams, screaming toddlers, or a boss who thinks urgent means, I forgot to plan ahead. He tells stories of his own failures. Moments where he, the urban monk himself, got sucked into the same chaos he warns us about. Instead of pretending these slip-ups don't happen, he treats them as proof that this work is a practice, not a permanent achievement. You're not going to win at stopping time. You're going to keep showing up for it, moment after moment. Final thoughts: you can't stop time, but you can stop wasting it. By the end of The Art of Stopping Time, you realize the title is a bit of a wink. Shojai isn't promising to freeze the clock like some sci-fi hero. What he's offering is even better: the ability to make time feel full again. His message is deceptively simple. Be present, say no more often, slow down, but the execution is profound. You walk away from this book not with a rigid schedule or a color-coded calendar, but with a set of mental tools for stepping into each moment like it actually matters. Because it does. Shojai leaves you with this subtle but powerful truth. Your life is not made of years or months or even days. It's made of moments. And the art of stopping time is, at its heart, the art of noticing them before they're gone.